All right, everybody, welcome on in NorCal Sports Network, the Monday night little Giants-Phillies preview as the series gets underway tomorrow, 3:40 p.m. Pacific time. And we're going to break this series down and talk about the Giants tonight and see if they can keep things rolling. All right, welcome into the show. And as the more and more come on in, we'll get this thing rolling. Go back to some of the old music. Hey, Mark, good to see you in here. Los Gigantes. Sweep the Phillies. Yes, Chardall, we need to sweep the Phillies. I'm doing well, Chardall, thanks. What's up, Insane? Mr. Handkey, all right. Yeah, when you watch a lot of baseball, you see some better teams out there for sure. Is this a premiere? No? Is it live or is it Memorex? It's live. It's live. Hello, Mr. Handkey. We're live. JJ Weatherholt. Yes. And Santana. This just gives it up. There we go. All right. Well, we are off and running. Let me get the music. Stop. There we go. All right, welcome on in, guys. Good to see you. And this will be, we'll talk about this series tonight. And J.J. Weatherholt, he's doing well with the Cardinals this year. He is man. He's doing great. I got to look something up here. Hold on here. Let me make sure I always got to see what we got in the chat matches, what we got in the, look on my phone. I can look on the computer. Okay. There we go. We got, oops, get the volume down there. 26. Okay. And climbing. All right. Cool. Well, there we go. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you being here. And we're going to get this thing on the road here. I want to talk about the games coming up. Giants 13-15. Still need to really put it together and show that they can really put together a string. Stupid Santana blew the save and gave up 4 runs for your fantasy team. Wait a minute, Insane. You're carrying Santana too? The guy's horrible. Let me give you a little advice. Drop Santana from Pittsburgh. I know he's their closer, but he's awful. And to Jake out there, if you're out there, Jake, you need to drop Santana too, but keep him. I hope you keep him. I hope you keep Santana because it's going to help me pass you tonight. So thank you, Jake, if you're out there. Not sure if Jake is out there. Let's see. What do we got? I'm just reading here. No, I'm not going to midnight. I am not going to midnight. That's for sure. Let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get some likes out there, says Don. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's get some likes in the show as more and more people come in. We've got 11 already off the top. We should have over 30 right now. If the rest of you would give it a like, we're going to see the climb. That's the first thing we got to do. We just got to train ourselves. Hit that like button when you come on in. Let's see. Let's get this show on the road. I want to talk about tomorrow's game. Tomorrow's game is Tyler Mahle versus Jesús Luzardo. What do you guys think of that matchup? Jesús Luzardo, a really good lefty, and then you got Sánchez and Webb. I think the next night, right? Sánchez and Webb are going on Wednesday. Let me just pull up the matchups to make sure here. Oh, wow. Minnesota leads that series 3-1 over the Nuggets. Okay. Let me pull this up. Tomorrow night, it is, as I mentioned, Tyler Mahle versus Jesús Luzardo. And then Wednesday in the series, it's going to be Logan Webb against Cristopher Sánchez. And then Thursday, that is the matchup where they bring in Houser back. That's a tough one. Adrian Houser against Andrew Painter. Let's see if we can get off there. And guys, I want to talk about this lineup going into tomorrow. Phillies are struggling. They're 9-19. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm hoping they don't, get a win and start feeling good. Giants really just need to go in there and take 2 out of 3, okay? Leave town 15-16. That's would fit perfectly where I was projecting them to be after 31 games. When you originally looked at the schedule, you saw a gauntlet. You saw the Phillies twice. You saw the Mets. You saw the Yankees. You saw the Dodgers, the Padres. You're thinking, man, how are the Giants going to get more than 15 wins out of this first 31? But they can do it with a series, win the series. Hey, I would love it if they go sweep, but that's asking a lot. We'll just have to see. I mean, Webb has to show up, right? Logan Webb has to somehow show up tomorrow. Mahle, you got Mahle and Houser sandwiched between Webb, which is, Webb sandwiched in between those two guys, which is kind of interesting to me how they ended up moving that along. But I think this is going to be, right now, if you look at the actual favorite of tomorrow's game, according to ESPN, it's 54.6% chance for the Phillies, 45.4% for the Giants. And, the odds are pretty much that way throughout the series. It goes up quite a bit with Webb pitching on Wednesday and Sánchez, 60-40, basically, 59.9 to 40.1. So call it 60-40. They're basically saying the Phillies. And then on Thursday, the series finale, the Phillies right now are favored in that one. So here's the Phillies at 9-19, and Giants coming in winning 7 of the last 10, and the Phillies are favored in all 3. Phillies aren't that bad of a team at 9-19. Don't let the record fool you. They haven't played well, but the Giants are going to have to, bring their hitting shoes. And I think the lineup it's going to be interesting tomorrow because you're facing a lefty, and then you got another lefty on Wednesday. So how does Tony set the lineup? Does he set the lineup with a lefty in mind? Now, Wednesday's pitcher, I think Sánchez is as tough on right-handers as he is on left. He's got the nastiest changeup, and I just don't know how you beat that guy. I think you just have to wait on the changeup and go the other way. Don't try and, pull everything. Gravy asks, how long does the Phillies manager last? Rob Thompson. Well, I would think that if he has a bad week this week, Mark, I would think at 9-19, for example, they have 6 games coming up this week. If they go 2-4 and all of a sudden they're 11-23, that might be enough. That might be enough to say goodbye. Hard to say. You know, this guy took him to the World Series a couple years ago, or did he just fall short? Now I'm trying to remember. Didn't the Phillies? I know the Phillies fell short against the Braves. Didn't Rob Thompson get all the way to the World Series? I don't know. I'm my mind can't recall everything right now, but I thought in 22 season, what was the 2022 World Series? Now, I used to know them all. 2022 World Series. Yeah, it was the Astros and the Phillies. That's right. That was Dusty's first world title. Yeah, I thought he made the World Series. 22. And 23, is that the year they lost to, when did Arizona go? 23 or 24? I think it was in the 23 World Series was, Rangers Diamondbacks. That was Bruce Bochy's 4th world title. And then, okay, there we go. Then it's been the Dodgers the last 2 years. Okay. The Phillies fired their manager in 22. Thompson took it over, and they took them all the way to the World Series, right? So what do you guys think about this series? Do you think the Giants will go with the lineup they went with yesterday, or do you think Tony tries to mix it up and say, okay, Willy Adames back in the leadoff position because they're facing lefties? Or do you just go with Lee, Chapman, Arise, who doesn't matter who he's facing? I'm hoping it's Lee. I hope you just stick with my lineup would be right now, would be Lee, Chapman, Arise, Schmitt, Devers 5, Ramos 6. If Bader's back tomorrow, I guess you stick him in there at 7, or I guess you'd go Willy Adames 7, Bader 8, and then Bailey 9. I don't think, they're not going to put, if Bader's back, they're not going to put Adames in the 8 hole. It's a very dangerous series for the Giants, Insane. Very dangerous, because it is going to require really good pitching and focus and concentration on the starting pitchers. And they cannot, this ballpark, Citizens Bank ballpark, will be, it doesn't hold balls. I tell you that. You get it deep enough, it's going to carry you, depending on how the weather is. But you can knock balls out of that park, and Mahle's tendency is to give it up. Houser, we've seen it. Webb doesn't usually give up too much of the long ball. He will now and then, but they're going to have to really concentrate, and this pitching staff's going to have to really focus on, getting ahead in the counts, not pitching from behind. They've got some scary players in that lineup. They've got Bryce Harper. They got Kyle Schwarber. They got Trey Turner. There's 3 guys that are pretty much all-stars most of the time, right? So you're going to have to really focus to get this team out. They're not, by any means, their record is not indicative of the talent they have. I mean, I mentioned their top three batters in the order are Turner, Schwarber, and Harper. And then they have Adolis Garcia. They got Bryson Stott. He's okay, not bad. Alex Bohm. They got the rookie, Justin Crawford, whose dad was a big leaguer. And, you look at their overall lineup, they don't have anybody hitting like the Giants do right now. Turner's hitting. Let me take a look at through. I don't think they played today, the Phillies, that I'm aware of. But the Phillies coming off, they didn't play today. Coming off a 6-2 loss to the Braves. And I'm just going to pull up their batting averages. Trey Turner's 230. Kyle Schwarber, 196. Bryce Harper, 260. Adolis Garcia, 230. Alec Bohm, 143. Sosa, their second baseman, and Stott, they kind of share it. Sosa's hitting 263. Stott's hitting 221. Dylan Moore, their center fielder, on Sunday is hitting what's going on with there we go. He's hitting 0 on the year. 0. Don't know if he's just recently came on board. Their catcher, Marchand, who is hitting 0.98. That was Sunday. I think JT Realmuto is their normal catcher. And let's check what JT is doing on the season. JT Realmuto. Gosh, tell you, my phone, you know what it is? No, it's not dead. It just keeps. Okay, Realmuto, he didn't play Saturday either, so I'm not sure if he's out, what's going on. But the Giants guys, I mean, you look at the Giants, they've got 4 or 5 guys that are hitting very well on the season. You look at the top of the order, Jung Hoo Lee hitting 313. Gosh, my phone, what the heck? 313. Chapman, 283. Arise, 314. Schmitt, 296. Then you get into Rafael Devers, 216. Ramos, 265. Gilbert, 265. And, of course, Adames is down there around the 207 mark, and Bailey's 147. So, basically, you got 3 guys in the lineup out of the 6 that are not doing much at all. That's Devers and Adames and Bailey. Okay. Those 3 guys. But the rest of the other 6 guys, the lowest batting average, Gilbert and Ramos, 265. And, you can live with that. You can live with that. On base percentages, Jung Hoo Lee leads the team at 358. Then Chapman is 356, Arise 345, and Schmitt 348. What do you know? Your top 4 guys are your best guys of getting on base. And that's probably why Tony's got the lineup the way it is. And that's kind of what we suggested on Saturday. Said that's what the lineup's got to be. And that's what the lineup is now. So we'll see where this goes. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? We got some stuff in the chat. Just reading here. Simple, if the Giants go 4-2 on this road trip, you can take them seriously. Well, they go 4-2 and they go 15-16 out of their first 31. You got to be happy with that because they did not bury themselves. Right now, they're not buried at all, okay? The Giants, it's so early that you cannot be looking at thinking so much right now about the wild card, but if you were just looking at it just to say, hey, where are the Giants? The Giants are 2.5 back. That's it. 2.5 back. Okay. The third wild card is a tie right now between the Diamondbacks and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh lost tonight, blew a 2-0 lead in the 9th inning to St. Louis. They brought in their closer, Santana, he's just not good. But they don't have anybody else. They got rid of David Bednar, right, last year. And they haven't found a closer. And it cost them another game tonight. They're 16-13, Diamondbacks 15-12. Padres are lead the wild card right now, 18-9. But like I say, it's so early. But just to give you an idea, the Giants are only 2.5 back of the wild card. So they're 6 out when it comes to the division. The Rockies are only a half game behind the Giants. The Rockies are a better team. They're younger and they're getting stronger. And the Giants better do something to make sure that they don't finish in the cellar. It's very possible. This team is going to give you some moments where you think Insane Sports Takes is named Insane for his sports takes. The Giants will drive you insane. Okay? They will literally make you go insane if you think all of a sudden this is going to be this team that just goes on these winning streaks and is playing 600 ball, 666 ball, winning 2 out of every 3 they go to, like they did in 2021, where they were just practically unbeatable. This team is going to make you feel like you are going insane because they are going to go a couple of games where they just don't score. So they will make you go nuts. You will see the Giants play 2 really good games like they did Saturday and Sunday, where they come back and they get the job done. And then you'll see them all of a sudden just like go AWOL, and they will score 2 runs in a whole series. And you'll be like, what the heck? What happened to the hitting? So they're going to a couple of ballparks where hitting should not be an issue. Citizens Bank Ballpark, Tropicana Field. What happened there? I didn't even do that. It just disappeared. That's weird. Let's hope Rafael Devers brings his hitting shoes and is not trying to crush the ball and just make contact. Ken says, I think the Giants will win the first game in Philly, then lose the next 2 and lose 2 or 3 in Tampa. 2-4 trip. I'm fine with a 3-3 trip. That would be good. 3-3. Would love a 4-2 trip or better. Of course, Robert says, does Vitello make up the lineup without any assistance? I don't know that for a fact, Robert. I'm sure he's confiding in his coaches, and ultimately he's making the decision, and he gets data from the front office that provides data for him to look at based on guys' success against a particular pitcher, that type of thing. But is he being handed the lineup? No. I don't believe that for 1 minute. I don't believe he's being handed the lineup by the front office or Buster Posey saying, this is what you got to do. This is the lineup for tonight. I think Tony is probably, maybe he confers with a couple of the coaches, maybe Jay Tingler he looks at, maybe, but I'm sure when it comes down to it, it's Tony's final say. Oh, absolutely, JB. If Devers can be an 800-plus OPS guy, then the Giants are definitely better. Rafael Devers' OPS right now, just to let you know how bad it is, it's well, I had it. Let me go back and look at it in another. That's weird. It used to tell me right there. Well, I'll just look it up a different way. Rafael Devers' current OPS after Sunday's game is 563. Absolutely pathetic. His OPS plus is 61. 61. Let me give you an idea. Just Casey Schmitt's OPS plus 152 compared to 61 for Rafael Devers. 892, almost a 900 OPS to 563. Luis Ariz is a difference here. His OPS plus is only 106. That's just a little above league average. His OPS is 717. How about Jung Hoo Lee? Jung Hoo Lee's OPS plus 137. That's 37 points above average. Average is 100. His OPS is 833. How about Matt Chapman? Matt Chapman, his OPS plus is 111. He's got an OPS of 733. On base percentage of 356. We're just going through the lineup here. How about Elliot Ramos? Elliot Ramos, OPS plus 104, just a little above average. OPS of 716, on base percentage of 308. Who else do we got in the lineup? How about Mr. Patrick Bailey? Patrick Bailey, OPS plus. Get this, guys. Hold on to your hat here. 19. 19. That means he's 81% below average. 19. OPS of 407. Slugging 191. If you looked at Daniel Susak, who's out right now, just to compare, his OPS plus 229. 229 with a OPS of 1152. Drew Gilbert. Drew Gilbert has an OPS plus of 112, above average. Again, 100's the average. So every Giants player I named, starting with Jung Hoo Lee, Matt Chapman, Luis Ariz, Casey Schmitt, all four of those guys over league average. Elliot Ramos above league average. That's the fifth player. Drew Gilbert, the sixth player. We did not check Willie Adames. I'm going to guess his OPS plus is in the 70s. Just as a guess, here we open up. 77. 77. So there you have it. That's the Giants lineup. The six guys over 100, your top four, and then you got Ramos and Gilbert. And then, dragging things down in order, Adames, Devers, Bailey. So Patrick Bailey at 19, guys. And that's after a big 3-run homer the other day. That is not good. Not good at all. So Mike says he has Kyle Harrison. Yes. All right. Who's the righties you're going to do? That's the issue. Your benches guys are Encarnacion and Koss. and Haas. Koss and Haas and Encarnacion. That's your three guys. Who's the fourth guy that would be on the bench? Oh, Brennan. Will Brennan. So you've got, are you going to start Encarnacion and Koss? You know, you're not going to bench Devers. You're not going to bench Arise. So there's no really place for Koss to play if you go with right-handers. So really you can only probably add Encarnacion and Haas. So we'll see where this thing takes us. But it should be an interesting series, guys. 3:40 tomorrow. Tomorrow game will probably end somewhere around 6:15, 6:30-ish. And then we'll come on, Dallas and I. Dallas will be back tomorrow, and we'll come on at about 8:30 tomorrow night. About 8:30, we'll work it out, and that should be good time. You know, I'm not available at 6:30. I've got a prior engagement that I have to take care of. See. Hopefully Dallas doesn't keep on ghosting you. Dallas doesn't ghost you. Okay, I'm just... All right. Anything, guys, that you want to get off on? This is going to be a short show tonight. We've been going only 32 minutes, but do want to thank our sponsor of the show. If you guys haven't done so already, get on over to Prize Picks. Make sure you reach out to them and have some fun with Prize Picks. Let me get the promo code to use there. That promo code is NCSN. All right, use that promo code NCSN. Prize Picks, daily fantasy app where you build lineups by choosing whether players will have more or less than a projected stat total. Right now, new users can get $50 in lineups. That's right, you heard that. $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. So you play 5, they're giving you 50. Okay, you're up $45. I think that's a nice exchange for you. And make sure you use the promo code NCSN. Download that Prize Picks app today. Build your lineup. Follow along while watching the games. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. I think you guys will have some fun with it. And don't get carried away, but, takes only $10 to open an account. You play 5. So you're investing 5 and you're going to have 50 to play with, or you're investing 10. So you really, if you lose it all, hopefully you don't. Hopefully you can have some winners. When is Susak coming back? Should be back. If he's ready to go, he should be back by the end of this road trip. My guess is they wait until he comes back, after this 6-game road trip. Usually, if he's due to come back and, they might just stick with Haas until the end of the trip, but he will be hopefully back. Hopefully that elbow is good and he's ready to go. But anyway, I want to just go through the chat here real quick. Giants need to pinch hit their bench players more often and let them finish blowouts. Can't sit players for too long to get cold. I agree. Yeah, if they do need to let these guys get some ABs, especially in blowout games, whether they're ahead or behind. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it, really. So the series, it's the Giants. If they go out and hit and make, timely hits, pitch well, they should be able to come out of here with 2 wins. They just got to, but keep the Phillies down. Right now, the Phillies are down. You don't want to wake a sleeping giant, right? You don't want to let the Phillies get that first game, especially it being a shutdown game or some type of game where the Phillies come back late and win. You want to put them away. You want the Giants to just keep adding. Do not let them off the hook if you get a lead. And that's what the Giants need to do. Marlins lead the Dodgers 4-2. Interesting. Very good. Insane. You can't take 150 Bailey. Well, insane. I think you're being a little harsh on Patrick Bailey, calling him 150 Bailey. He's hitting 147. He's only hitting 147. I get it. 150 would be an improvement. Man, it's rough. It's rough watching him take swings. It really is. Hopefully he can get it together and put together a couple of 2-hit games back to back would be nice. But guys, appreciate you watching. I am going to hang it up here. Just wanted to come on, say hello, do a little preview of the series. I think the Giants, need to keep this thing going. A 4-2 road trip would be phenomenal. It would put them at 17 wins. And wait a minute. Yeah, 17-17. Come home 500. And, after starting season 6-12, it would be a really good thing to do that. And then, it's a 6-game trip, 2 cities. It's not that strenuous, a 2-city trip. The fact that they do start in Philadelphia and then go down to Florida, it's some travel, but then you come home and you've got, a tough road ahead. Early part of May is not easy. Really, most of May is not. You got San Diego and Pittsburgh at home, both good teams right now, especially the Padres. And then you got the Dodgers for 4 and the A's for 3, the first place A's up in Sacramento. And then, that's a long road trip, even though the A's are kind of like a home game, really. You're looking at the Dodgers for 4 all-night games in LA. So 7-10 starts in LA. But that's not till the start of the 11th of May. So right now the Giants just need to take care of business. Go in, get the first game of the series. What was impressive to me about the Giants this past weekend was they lost to the Dodgers after winning the first 2, and then they lost the opener to Miami, and then were able to come back and win 2. And they haven't done that all year. They haven't done it so where they lost the first game of the series and then came back and won the series. So, you look at their series, they won the first 2 in San Diego, so obviously they won that series, but they lost the first game against the Mets, or won the first game against the Mets, and then lost the next 3. And then I take that back. I do take that back. They did this to Philadelphia earlier. They did lose to Philadelphia on the first game on Monday night, April 6th, but won the next 2 by shutting the Phillies out 6-0 and 5-0. And then they went into Baltimore, won the first, lost the next 2, then lost the next 2 to Cincinnati for a 4-game losing streak. And then they went on and won 3 in a row. They won the final game against Cincy and then the first 2 in Washington. So they've yet to do a sweep this year. They've been They've lost series 3-1. They've been swept by the Yankees. They've won series 2-1. They've lost series 2-1. They've done everything but sweep a series. Is that possible on this trip? Could they sweep a series? They're going to sweep somebody this year. I don't know who it is. I would venture to say that the Giants sweep one, maybe two series in a row somewhere and put together a 6-game winning streak. Let's see when that happens. They're going to, and Insane is sitting there saying the same thing I'm talking about right now. They got to sweep somebody. Yeah, they're going to have to. So let me play the music while we get out of here. Let's do a little keep it rolling with a little Tony Victory, shall we?
Out of Tennessee, where the Smokies rise, Tony Victory.
Let's get that victory.
They say he's unproven, green as spring grass, but he's got a way.
Yeah, sweeping Phillies will be difficult, absolutely.
Tony Victory, they don't all agree, but he talks like a man who can part the sea.
Hey guys, make sure you give Chapman Law Group a call. You need legal advice, attorney. Make sure you reach out to Chapman Law Group at 415-613-9483 for all your legal needs. You got a personal injury situation, give David Chapman and his group a call. They will take great care of you. Make sure you let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. That's Chapman Law Group, 415-613-9483. They are a first-class law firm right there in Marin County. They cover all of the Bay Area, actually all of California. So for those of you in Southern California, you can give Chapman Law Group a call as well. And they'll make sure you get top dollar, and you don't pay anything when it comes to a personal injury case. So go Giants. There we go. We're playing Tony Victory tonight, thinking we can keep the juices going, right? Let's keep it going. Again, thank you guys for watching and being part of NorCal Sports Network. Make sure you do hit that like button on the way out of the show. Pushes it out to more people. Right now, we have got, how many likes do we got in there? We got 32. 32. Let's see if we can get that to 40 plus. Go ahead and make comments as well in the YouTube channel. If you want to YouTube, put comments about the show afterwards. I do read them and try to get back to you as much as possible. So appreciate everyone being in here. Firecrackerless SP. Tough to sweep with Houser going. Yeah, he's going to have to figure it out, isn't he? Appreciate it, Jen. Jen Y in San Francisco, thanks for doing the like. Appreciate it, Carino. Appreciate you guys being in here. Like I said, Dallas will be back tomorrow night, so we'll be doing a post game probably about 8:30 tomorrow night, and hopefully we're playing this song tomorrow night, right? So enjoy your Tuesday. See you tomorrow, guys. Go Giants.